Hey neighbor, hope you're doing well. Well, the weather's a little nasty outside and I'm fighting a little junk here. So we thought we'd shoot a video inside today. And I've been seeing a lot of videos online talking about top 5 or top 10 or top seed companies out there. Really perplexing to me how people come to these choices here. And I know you've got there's a lot of seed companies out there that you can pick from. I want to try to talk to you today, and I'm going to put a little different spin on there, but I'm going to talk about top 5 seed companies, and we're going to talk about value there at the end, and maybe explain to you some things you didn't know about the seed industry, because we have an inside look at things, and I see things a lot different than most of you do, and most of these YouTubers out there that are posting this content, I see things totally different from them. So I want to share with you my perspective on things, and maybe it'll enlighten you a little bit, educate you a little bit on how things actually happen. So the perspective I'm going to give you is on some of our top seed companies. These seed companies you cannot buy from if you're the public, but they, in my opinion, are at the top of the list as far as seed companies out there. These are seed breeders, and they are people that we work with closely. And I'm going to go over some of them with you, and then there at the end we'll finish up on some pretty interesting things on my view of the seed retailers out there. Number 1 on my list is Cicada Seeds. Cicada Seeds is a worldwide seed breeding company. And they're number 1 on my list because I work very closely with these guys. I actually spent several hours with them at their research farm down in Fort Myers, Florida about, a few weeks ago. I think it's probably been a couple months ago. They do an extraordinary job on breeding, and I think they have the best tomato breeding program they are out there at the moment. They do a wonderful job. I was able to go out to the field with one of their main breeders there and talk and spend time looking at varieties that are out there. And I was amazed at the detail that what goes into the breeding and the way they handle everything. It was just amazing. Of course, they wanted our input on some things, and I was interested to see what they was working on. And we did a lot of tasting and things out there, seeing the selections that they made, seeing the process they go through there. Now, the reality is, to make a really good seed company, it takes a lot of work. And these guys really do a lot of work. The example of that, just about 2 miles from our place here at Hoss, Cicada's going to be doing a trial on a new variety this springtime that I'm going to be able to go over there and see. So to be able to see these varieties perform here in the South where we are and see how they grow, see the disease resistant to them, see how productive they are, see what kind of foliage they make is important for us. So that's one reason I rank Cicada up there at the high top of my list. Mainly it's because of their tomato breeding program. They do a great job on other things as well, but to me the tomatoes really stand out. Number 2 is Simnus. Now Simnus is a worldwide seed company. They're huge. And if you go to the grocery store and buy a pepper, more likely you're buying a Simnus variety pepper. They do a great job with pepper breeding, and they're at the forefront of that. We work real close with them on a lot of things, but especially the peppers there. We've just introduced some new varieties that come directly from Simnus, and I'm excited about that. Cucumbers they do pretty good on, but mostly peppers. But they have a whole array of different things. But what you find with these seed companies is they specialize in certain things. And we know Simnus to own or to be the best in the pepper market there. And therefore, they also have older varieties. Let's talk about tomatoes for just a minute. I almost forgot about this. Simnus owns a lot of these older tomato varieties. And what they've done with that is they took these older varieties that they knew were good varieties, and instead of going out and breeding something new, they're taking them and making them better. And I think this is amazing. We're doing some things with them now on the Lemon Boy Plus, Better Boy Plus and all that, or these Simnus varieties. They're taking those old varieties that are wonderful tomatoes, but actually making them better with new disease resistance in there, better flavor and things like that. So I applaud them for that. Number 3 on my list is Bejo Seeds, and Bejo Seeds is spelled B-E-J-O. Now this company is headquartered in the Netherlands, and I had the opportunity to spend a week over there back during 2023. Was absolutely amazed at this company. They do everything top notch. Now, being that they are located in the Netherlands, they have a different weather environment than we do, and they mainly specialize in cool season crops, carrots, onions, cabbage. They're huge in cabbage, kale. Any of those cool season crops is what they specialize in. They have a few good tomato varieties, but they're known for those cool season things right there. They did a field day when we was there, and the amount of trialing and the amount of data that they looked at these crops to make the evaluations, whether they were going to be good ones or not, was absolutely amazing. The seed treatments and the way they handle their seed, testing for viruses, testing for different diseases, different types of germination testings was off the chain. So that's the reason I rank Bejo at number 3. Number 4 is Illinois Foundation Seeds. As you can tell, this is a company that's located in Illinois up there. This company here primarily does corn, but they do other things as well. They've in the last couple of years got more into the carrots and beets and that kind of thing. But mainly the reason I rank them number 4 is because of their corn breeding program. It's top notch in my opinion right now. They got some varieties up there that they're breeding for, and from the home garden market here, I think they're standouts. Their ability to breed corn varieties that are great to eat, easy to grow, but the main thing is they have a long harvest window. One of the main things as a home gardener is with corn, especially sweet corn, is when it's ready, it's ready. So if you're out of town or you're busy, you got sickness in your family and you can't get out there and get it, it's gone in a matter of 2 or 3 days. They've done work on these newer varieties that have these extended windows when you can harvest these sweet corn varieties right here and them still be at the top of flavor. So that is great, and I think that is the reason I rank them as number 4 as a seed company. Well, number 5, I'm going to be a little bit biased here at Hoss. So we are a seed retailer. Now, what happens with most of these people that you two see on the internet talking about seed companies is they're like us, they're seed retailers. They're not necessarily breeders. We do a little bit of work. We got a few varieties that we grow and we sell, but not many. And most of all the companies out there grow very little, if any, of their own seeds and sell it. We work with the breeders like just about all other companies do out there, bring these seeds in and make them available to you. Now, the one thing that we really focus on is being able to do quality. When I see these seed companies out there that you're talking about, and I say these YouTubers are talking about as far as best seed companies, a lot of times I see value lied in there. Well, you can buy these seeds for $2 a pack or $3 a pack or whatever. And it really got me to thinking, what is value with a seed company? We've got new pepper seeds that we just placed on our website this last week, 30 seeds for $10. Now that sounds extremely expensive, and it is expensive, but there is value in that $10 pack of seeds of 30 seeds. Now, of course, the obvious question is, why do you want to pay $10 for a 30 pack of seeds when you could order from another company and get more seeds, pepper seeds, for maybe $2 a pack? Well, there's a good reason for that. Those seeds cost a lot more, and there's more value there because they are better seed. There's a huge difference out there in the seed industry of quality of seeds. When we first started in the seed business, we were buying from companies that we no longer buy from anymore. And the simple reason is because of quality. It's not because of price. We can buy cheap seeds. We can do it all day long. But we have decided to go the other way and to offer quality. And in that quality, you're going to pay more for it, but we think there's more value there. If you pay $10 for a 30 pack of pepper seeds and they are productive for you and they're successful for you, that's an $8 difference than buying a $2 pack of seeds that more than likely you're not going to be successful with. They may not germ right. They may have virus issues within the seed there. They may be susceptible to diseases when they come up. They may not load up with fruit. They may not produce like these other varieties for. So from our standpoint, you got an $8 difference there, being successful or not being successful. We've decided as a company to step up and go on the quality line. I wanted to explain that to you today because there's a huge difference in there. Now, that being said, let me say this right here. There are other seed retail companies here in the United States that are top notch. And some of these that I see people talk about on their top 5 or 10 seed companies out there definitely earn that spot. And I'm going to mention 2 of them to you real quick. Johnny Seeds out of Maine and High Mowing Seeds out of Vermont, I think, are top-notch seed companies. I know these people personally. I have visited Johnny's before. I've had an invite to go to High Mowing Seeds. I hope to get up there one of these days. Top-notch. They do a great job, and we try to do as good a job as what they do. They trial their varieties. They're really peculiar about what they take on, and they focus on quality. So if you're in the northeast United States, if you're in Maine, you're in Vermont, you're in New Hampshire, you should definitely look at these companies here because they do a great job. Now, that being said, we try to do the same thing here in the South. A prime example of this is a disease called tomato spotted wilt virus. Now, this is a huge issue for us down here in the South. So we tried to look at varieties that have tomato spotted wilt virus resistance because just last year, the state of Georgia had about $9 million in loss just from that virus on their tomatoes and peppers. That's huge. Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, that area up there, that virus there is almost non-existent up there. It's something that they just don't deal with. But here in the South, it's a huge one for us. So here in the South, we try to focus on things that's going to grow well here, that you're going to be successful with, has disease resistance, are productive, and it's going to produce a lot. And we try to do that so everybody up in our neck of the woods, up down the East Coast, and even out in Texas, that has the same disease pressure and the same growing climate that we have, that you can be successful in that. And I think value plays into that. And when you do go to buy your seeds, try to think about being successful. Don't necessarily look at the dollar amount of what that seed packet costs. Look at how that is going to help you be successful with disease resistance, with varieties be adapted to your growing environment.